Hey folks, this is Mr. RugerCat45, and on this survival tips video I wanted to show you a little bit and talk to you a little about pre-64 coinage, and specifically in this one, nickels. Now, as you all know, any coin that's like a quarter, nickel, dime, 50-cent piece, or a dollar, anything made before 1964 contains silver. Well, in particular, nickels, they contain roughly about 40% silver, and this is anything pre-64. And for some reason I've been finding a lot of pre-64 nickels in the cash register and in the coins that come from the bank. I work at a fast food place part-time, and whenever I have a chance I'll look through some of the old register coins that we get. Some of them are from people, some of them are for banks, so I'm not really sure where they're coming from, but there's been a lot of pre-64 coinage, and a lot of collectors call it junk silver, but as you all know, anything that's silver is not junk. So in theory, any nickel that's made pre-64 that contains 40% silver possibly is worth more than 5 cents. So it would behoove you and other like-minded, prepared people to try to get as much of that stashed away as possible, because silver is worth money, and eventually the coin is just going to run out, and it'll be harder to find, and the prices are going to climb. Now, right here on the right side, all these are pre-64 and contain silver. On the left side, these are all after 1964 and don't contain silver. Now, also I wanted to tell you that you also should be on the lookout for things like pennies. Anything I think 81 or something like that is 100% copper, and especially the ones with the Wheaties. Those are definitely going to go up in collectible value, and even copper is going up in value. So anything that's not clad, like the post 81 or 82, I'm not really sure. I'm not a coin collector, but anything post 81 is copper clad. It's zinc or nickel or something like that with a copper coating. It's not solid copper. That also goes for quarters. Now, this is a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. These were withdrawn after about a year or so because they looked too much like quarters and they were confusing people. But they do have some collector value, so if you can get these, put them away. Definitely. I'm not sure how much or if they contain any silver, but if you can put these away, they're going to definitely have some value in the future. Now, take a good look at these right here, the pre-64 nickels. You can kind of see a little color difference between these and the newer ones. These are more tarnished, a little darker, definitely more wear, if you can see. Eventually, when you start looking for these, you'll develop an eye for them, and you'll know what to look for almost just by the color alone. However, some of the newer ones are tricky, so you do have to look. Now, of course, if they're like this, the newer Jefferson, or the one with the buffalo nickel on the back, or the peace treaty, of course those you can ignore. You don't have to even look at those. Those are all definitely after 64 and contain no silver at all, so that's out. However, occasionally you come across something like that. Now, that looks like a pretty tarnished, possibly pre-64 nickel. However, closer examination, and it's an 83, so it's just a very tarnished nickel, and that one fooled me. I grabbed it. So you do have to kind of look closer. Some of the other ones, of course, once they get a little wear on them, they start kind of looking similar to the pre-64s. Now this is an 81, and the one on the right is an 83, a 73. Now a lot of the 70s and the later 60s nickels, they start to look very, very similar because the wear, they're similar in age, and the wear starts to look consistent. So here's a few more of the silver containing ones. You can kind of see when the wear on them, it's a little shinier than the rest of it. It's kind of got a soft patina to it, for lack of a better explanation. It really, it's hard to explain and tell you how to look for them. You really have to just kind of develop an eye for them. And anything 64 and older, grab it. So this is Mr. Ruger Cat 45 with another survival tip video. You all have a good day.